Okay. As the youngest politician in government today, how do you plan on getting the school children to be more productive and better citizens of Montserrat?
I noticed you smiled. Um, in response to that question, Miss Mead, when we talk of productivity from students and we talk about schools, we tend to focus on academics. I, for one, strongly believe that productivity is not essentially or solely about academics. I've campaigned on the basis that we need to focus less, well, not less, but to put more focus into technical areas of education in Montserrat. There are a lot of youngsters who leave school with no form of qualifications, and we can't afford to have young people living in Montserrat, leaving school, who can't go out in the world and get a job as a sanitary engineer because they have no qualifications. My take on that is that we should focus on the talents of the youngsters, capitalize on the talents, develop the talents. Wherever there's a talent, we work with that young person to obtain a skill. I would further go on to say that we have, at this present moment, a program to start pretty soon. It's called an apprenticeship program, where we will be identifying several young persons who are unemployed, who would have left school, unemployed, lurking around the communities without nothing to do. We attach them to perhaps the mechanics, the contractors, the painters, you name it. So wherever there's interest, whatever they're interested in doing, we attach them to persons within that related field, give them a stipend as a form of incentive for them to want to do it. And at the end of the day, the hope is that we would develop a few more tradesmen in Montserrat as a result of that program.
Do you feel that the support you have gotten from the youth of Montserrat, you have inspired them to also take part and enter into the political arena?
Well, it is my intention. I hope that I would have motivated or encouraged by my presence other young persons to look 5 years down the road and then say to themselves, look, Jermaine Wade did it. I too also want to try and contribute to the development of my country. I have said before, I want people to use me as that motivation to be better than, not to be just as good as, but to be better than me and accomplish more than what I have accomplished. So I'm hoping that I would have served as that encouragement for young persons, more young persons. If you look at the last election, I think we had about three of us who were within the ages below 35 years of age. So we had a fair amount of young persons entering the arena for the very first time. Hopefully next elections I would love to see at least 10 new persons, young persons, offering themselves as candidates.
What are your aspirations for the future of Montserrat being a new member of government?
My aspiration, I would like to see Montserratians become self-reliant. I am in it for, I want to see young persons, not just young persons, but the people of Montserrat generating wealth. I believe that we had a standard of living in the past, and I would like to see us reach back to the point where that standard of living is improved on, where we're looked upon in the Caribbean as not second to anyone as we were once known second to Barbados, but as the best in the Caribbean.
Finally, Mr. Wade, though it's only been shy of a month, that you've been elected, how do you describe your experience thus far as being a member of government?
Well, it has always been a dream for me to be elected representative of Montserrat and to serve people. It has been my dream to serve people at the highest level. The experience is a good one. There have been some challenges in the early stages, particularly accredited to the fact that we have changed the system to some extent, where we now have parliamentary secretaries as opposed to backbenchers. where we now have roles to play. Well, really, we have changed the system to some extent, where we now have parliamentary secretaries as opposed to backbenchers in the past. Where backbenchers were really as persons who came to Parliament and debated bills and made their contribution via debates and advised the government where they can. We now, as parliamentary secretaries, have responsibilities where we assist and deputize the ministers, helping them with their roles and their functions. Now, it poses a challenge administratively because it's something new that both parliamentarians have to get accustomed to and civil servants have to get accustomed to. The roles have just recently been identified as to what we are to do. And as I said, I am responsible for youth affairs, sports. Culture is now with tourism, but in the early stages I had culture. So it's youth affairs, sports, community development. So it has been somewhat challenging. It's a learning experience, and I think I am capable of managing, and we'll get in there gradually.
Quick wrap up. A wrap up.
You want me to wrap up?
Yeah, please.
And say what?
I don't know, say something.
I think
Well, in closing, I just really want to say I pledge my support to what you guys are doing as young people, getting the diaspora involved, and of course we gave the diaspora commitment that we would involve them as far as possible. And as you know, we have Mr. Honourable David Osmond, who is the representative for diaspora affairs in government, and we will be giving you information, as much information as possible. And the chief has said we hope that you can manage the amount of information that we will be throwing at you guys. So to M&I Alive and to the audience and to everyone who is involved with what you guys are doing, kudos to you, hats off. I say continue the good works, and of course you have the support of Jermaine.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wade.
Thank you very much. Lovely.